Welcome back to Top 10 Tuesdays, everyone. Derek here, bringing you another theme this week for Top 10 Tuesdays. What we're all doing to this week is Scream Factories. So I'm going to count down my top 10 personal favorite Scream Factories. If I was going to do this list, I was normally going to do like collector's editions because that's one of the reasons why we love Scream Factory so much. They give like these awesome additions to films that never would get the light of day, or like special editions or special features and all that good stuff. But I was thinking, like, if I did that, it'd be like just a list of like popular titles that no one's probably everyone's seen, all like John Carpenter or like Stuart Gordon. Don't get me wrong, I love those films, but I wanted to do it a little different, so I did like ones that I watch all the time because I don't really want to like just do like a top 10 of John Carpenter's, because that would be like I know the guys already did a John Carpenter theme week before I even started the series, so let's get into this. Number 10. This one's a real little underrated gem, in my opinion. The Final Terror at number 10. It's from Andrew Davis. You probably know him from directing like action films like The Fugitive, Under Siege, The Package. This was like, I think maybe like his first film. It's kind of doesn't get talked about as much because for the fact that it has probably one of the smallest body counts in like a slasher film. It has like maybe like 4 deaths, I think. I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah, but I really enjoy the setting and like the characters in this one, like the survivalist instinct of these kids, this group of people. I really like the acting in this. It has some great actors in this too, like Joe Pantalone. I think I butchered that. You know him from like The Goonies and The Matrix and The Fugitive. Character actor, he's in this. I think this is like one of his first roles. It's pretty awesome. He plays Edgar. Yeah, it's like the whole like opening score to this too. It has like this kick drum, which is pretty badass in my opinion, because I'm a big fan of like scores of like these films. Yeah, you also get Daryl Hannah, Rachel Wood, a few other cats in this film. I just enjoyed how Scream Factory actually did the transfer for this one, because there's no like print, like the original print was lost or destroyed. So what they did was they took a bunch of like the best clips from like a couple of like self-owned, like people owned prints, and they did a really good job transferring this from what they had. So number 10 would be The Final Terror. Number 9, we got first collector's edition on the list, actually. It's one I really enjoy. It's like a personal favorite slasher of mine. That's The Burning. Yeah, I love everything about this, from Tom Savini's effects to Ray Wakeman's score. Just the look of Cropsy alone at the end, like, I know like it's not like how a real like burn victim's supposed to look. Well, I never really seen that many burn victims either, knock on wood. But yeah, the effects are awesome in this, like the kills. Especially the raft scene. The raft scene is probably the most talked about scene in like horror history. Everyone knows about that raft scene, even if you haven't seen The Burning. So The Burning at number 9. Number 8, we got Another personal favorite of mine. We got Evil Speak with Clint Howard. This is a co-release with Code Red, which is pretty awesome that Scream Factory got this from Code Red. So other people, because Code Red usually doesn't like put their stuff out in stores, so I thought it was awesome that people could actually get to see this film uncut in a good format. Clint Howard's portrayal of like a kid being bullied is pretty awesome. You know, it's Clint Howard, so you get like a quirky, like funny performance, even if he's not trying to be quirky. But he does a really good job in this film. There's a lot of like character actors in this. Like, I always laughed that Luca Brasi from The Godfather plays the cook in this. It's actually pretty funny. The first time I saw him when I was like younger, I was like, "Holy crap, that's Luca Brasi!" And I started doing like the quotes and stuff. "Don Corleone, thank you for enjoying to me my daughter's wedding." Yeah, Evil Speak. At number 7. Not number 7. Number 8. Number 7. We got our double feature of, since I'm a big fan of like anthology films, so I chose like a double feature of 2 anthology films, because I do watch this all the time, and that's Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. What's awesome about this release is Vault of Horror has like 3 versions. It has one uncut version, and it has like on a separate disc like 2 other versions, which is pretty awesome that I didn't even know there was that many versions of Vault of Horror. Tales from the Crypt I grew up with more. Vault of Horror is pretty awesome too, though. It's from Tales from the Crypt from Freddie Francis. If you haven't heard of him, he directed a well-known amount of anthologies. Tales from the Crypt, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, Torture Garden. He did a few other ones too. I can't think of the name. I think Olive released one of them. Anybody could think of the name of that one, put it in the comments. And he also directed Girly. He's actually well known for his cinematography. He's a cameraman. He actually won an Oscar for Glory. Yeah, but I remember him more from like his work with like Amicus and Hammer and his anthology films and his other films that he directed. Both good films. Awesome double feature. That was at number 7. At number 6, we got an awesome creature feature, which is awesome that Scream Factory released this, because I always wanted to see this and never had a release until they released it. That's The Nest, Killer Cockroach film. The effects in this are insane. Like how they use actual cockroaches too, and then you can tell. And then later on, I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen this film. What basically happens is when the cockroaches eat something, they absorb it and like become part of it. It's weird. I won't ruin it if you haven't seen this film, but I do recommend this as an awesome film. It takes place in New England too. You can tell it because like one of the characters has a Red Sox hat on, which is pretty awesome. The Nest at number 6, wicked awesome. We're getting into the good stuff now, guys. This is another film that I was excited when Scream Factory announced it. It's a killer rat film. It's from the director of Enter the Dragon, actually. That's Deadly Eyes. I'm a big fan of like, I've seen a lot of killer rat films, but never like, I know there's like a few from the 80s, like Rat's Night of Terror, but I always wanted to see this one. And I just never had a release after I heard of it. And then one day Scream Factory announces it, and I'm like, oh, there we go. Awesome stuff. It's actually funny, the rats are actually Dawsons in rat suits in this. It's kind of funny when you watch it. because sometimes you could tell. I still enjoy it though. It's cheesy good time. You know me and my creature features. Awesome stuff. Deadly Eyes at number 5. Number 4. I think this is going to be on a few cats lists because it's just like awesome release by Scream Factory. It's probably one of the best collector's editions out there in my opinion. And that's Day of the Dead, Romero's. This has an awesome documentary on it, and it's really informative of this film and its impact. Day of the Dead is probably my, it either switches, it's either my third or second favorite zombie film of all time. It's actually a film that's, like, when I was younger, I won't lie, I didn't understand any of the concepts of it at the time, that's why. But once watching it and watching it over the years, I'm like, oh my god, this movie's awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those films, in my opinion. Like, you're like, when you're a kid, but then you're like, yeah! And this is Savini at his best, in my opinion. His effects are unbelievable. Like, the one scene with the shovel, that's all I'm gonna say. Day of the Dead. Number 4. Number 3, we got probably the newest flick in this list. And that's Karando Mitsutaki's Gunwoman. I heard very little about this flick going into it. I heard of the title and kind of what the premise was about, but I didn't know what the actual film was going to be like. First time I watched this, I was like, wow. Actually, it was awesome as I didn't even know this when I picked it up. Like, I picked this up the same day as the Synapse Samurai Avenger. They're actually from the same director, so that was pretty awesome. It was like a good double feature. Gunwoman, 10 out of 10. Awesome film. Asami kills it. Highly recommend Gunwoman. Check it out. It's wicked awesome. Number 2, we got another double feature for you guys. This is actually the first double feature Scream Factory ever released. And in my opinion, still the best. The TerraVision Video Dead double feature. I just enjoy, like, when I throw this on. Like, there's this little, like, TV and you have to choose which menu you want. I love it because it changes like an actual TV and stuff, and then yeah, they did a really good job with this release because both these films, I believe, didn't have like actual like US or releases really, and they load them up with special features. Look at that, it's like insane. Like this is why this is still the best like double feature in my opinion, because some of those double features are like bare bones compared to this. Some of them are actually bare bones. Yeah, this has awesome special features, commentaries. The transfers on both films are awesome. Yeah, 80s awesomeness right here. TerraVision Video Dead at number 2. And the final film on my list. Could you guess it? Well, you probably couldn't because you guys probably didn't know. My favorite horror film of all time. You guys never knew what it was, and Scream Factory actually released it with some awesome special features on it. So I was so pumped when this came out with its awesome cover work, and that's Night of the Demons by Kevin Tenney. I love this movie. This movie still creeps me out sometimes. Angela's just evil. Yeah, look at her. I love the slipcover and the actual original cover. Awesomeness. This has awesome like interviews with like most of the cast that's still around, and Kevin Tenney and John Augustine, and it's just awesome. Love this film. Night of the Demons is number 1. Alright guys, that's all I got for you guys this week. We'll be back next week with you with another theme. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's running a little long. I babble sometimes when I talk about Scream Factories and films that I really enjoy because they do release a lot of good stuff. Great company. I wish they just slowed down on their releases because they release so much now. It's insane. But whatever. Like, subscribe, and comment if you like this video. And don't forget to check out all the other Peeps videos. Most of the guys are in my Peeps section. But we're going to get a few new cats here and there. If we do, I'll add their links to the Peeps section. It's just easier for me. Instead of typing all those things in, you can check out their pages for, like, if you go to channels and all that good stuff, and you'll see like all their pages. Well, that's it for you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Thank you.